loose like a starting gun. I tossed my hard hat through the window, said, boys, this week is done. Jake rolled up in a primer gray Camaro, fresh built motor shaking the ground. Said, there's a midnight race in Oklahoma, you boys wanna get out of town. We hit Highway 51 like lightning, 4 good friends and a tank of fuel. A red sunset dying in the mirror, young enough to break a rule. Then we saw those blue lights flashing, coming hard from half a mile. Jake looked over, killed the throttle, said, relax, boys, watch me smile. We were burning past the county line, engines loud and feeling alive. Friday freedom in our blood, red dust rolling up behind. No map, no plan, no place to be, just 4 wheels chasing liberty. If trouble wanted us that night, it had to catch us past the county line. Deputy walked up to the window, shined his flashlight on Jake's face, and started laughing like a madman. Said, you still can't drive this thing straight. Turns out they played ball together back in high school, number 9. He said, that race starts in 40 minutes and I'm off duty at 9. We were burning past the county line, engines loud and feeling alive. Friday freedom in our blood, red dust rolling up behind. No map, no plan, no place to be, just 4 wheels chasing liberty. If trouble wanted us that night, it had to catch us past the county line. At midnight under floodlit skies, that old Camaro drew the lane against a polished big block monster nobody thought we'd ever tame. Jake looked over from the driver's seat, held 2 fingers in the air. Green light dropped, those headers screamed, and thunder went everywhere. We went burning past the county line, half a car ahead at the finish line. Whole crowd jumping, Jake going wild like we were 17 for one more night. No trophy ever meant that much, it was never really about winning one. It was 4 old friends remembering there's still some fire when the week is done. So turn that key and let it roar, leave your Monday at the door. There's a whole lot of life still waiting past the county line. There's a faded blue suit on the clothesline today, dancing in the Carolina breeze. Mama pinned it up at sunrise, right beside the bed sheets and the leaves. Most folks drive right past our farmhouse, never think twice what they see. If that old suit's got 40 years of family history, Daddy wore it when he married Mama, in a church out by Miller Creek. Wore it when he held my sister, just a baby, 3 weeks old and asleep. He wore it every Easter Sunday and every funeral in town. If somebody needed help or prayer, that blue suit showed up around. That Sunday suit on the clothesline ain't just cotton thread and seams. It's every promise that he kept and every sacrifice unseen. Yeah, time may fade the color and life may wear us thin, but the things that really matter are stitched beneath the skin. Last winter we laid Daddy to rest. The church bell echoed through the pines. The pews were full of neighbors. Some drove for hours just to arrive. Afterward, Mama couldn't bear to lock that suit away. So every spring she hangs it out and lets the sunlight touch those days. That Sunday suit on the clothesline ain't just cotton thread and seams. It's every promise that he kept and every sacrifice unseen. Yeah, time may fade the color and life may wear us thin, but the things that really matter are stitched beneath the skin. Now my little boy asks questions. Why's that jacket hanging there? And I tell him, son, that's what love looks like when a good man spins it everywhere. That Sunday suit on the clothesline still sways beneath the southern sky, like a quiet kind of legacy that never really says goodbye. And every time the wind catches it, I can almost see him grin, 'cause the best parts of a father's life are stitched beneath our skin. Yeah, that old blue suit keeps teaching us, even now after he's been gone.
I was headed home to Tennessee after 6 long months overseas. Window seat, row 12, seat 8, just counting miles till yesterday. Then a little girl climbed on the plane, holding a stuffed bear in the rain. She stopped beside the empty chair and asked, "Is somebody sitting there?" Her Mama smiled and shook her head. Honey, not anymore, she said. She buckled in and held her close while silence filled that narrow road. A flight attendant leaned my way, whispered words I'll never shake. Her daddy was supposed to fly today. He never made it home. That empty seat on flight 417 said more than words have ever been. No suitcase there, no cowboy hat, just everything she wished she had. Some heroes miss their flights to heaven before they make it home again. And sometimes love is measured most by the empty seats we leave behind. Halfway through the flight she looked at me, asked if I'd color with her please. She drew a house beneath blue skies with one man standing way up high. She pointed at the clouds outside, said, Daddy says that's where he'll hide. Whenever I get scared at night, he'll turn the porch light on. I had to turn and face the window so she wouldn't see me cry. That empty seat on flight 417 carried more than memory. It carried dreams that never landed, promises still floating free. Every mile across those clouds felt heavier somehow, because love doesn't disappear, it just changes where it's found. When we landed in Nashville, she reached up and hugged my neck, then tucked that little drawing inside my jacket vest. She whispered, if you see my daddy, tell him I was brave. There wasn't a dry eye in Terminal C. Now every time I board a plane, I always notice one empty place. Not every chair is truly vacant. Some are filled with grace. And somewhere above these endless clouds, where the morning meets the blue, I believe the Father smiled that day, watching his little girl come through. Yeah, I'll never forget the empty seat on flight 417. windmill turns above the field, just like it did back in '98, when life felt strong and real. Dad would wake before the sunrise, coffee in his hand, and I'd ride shotgun in that tractor across the Kansas land. We talked about the weather and the price of grain that year. He never spoke in big words, but somehow everything was clear. Said, son, a man ain't measured by the money that he makes. It's the promises he keeps and the burdens that he takes. I was 19 when I left that town, chasing city lights. Thought the Great Plains were too small for the dreams inside my mind. Built a business in Missouri, bought a house and wore a tie. But success can feel like failure when your roots are running dry. Then one cold November morning, my sister called in tears, said, you better come on home now, Dad's been fighting hard for years. I stared out at that office glass and watched the traffic flow, and for the first time in forever, I knew exactly where to go. So I drove through the midnight rain, past every mile of pride and pain, back to the fields where I learned my name, where the wind still sings across the plains. That old windmill keeps turning slow, like the hands of time I used to know. And every lesson that my father gave still stands like steel above the waves. The hospital room was quiet when I walked through the door. He looked smaller than I'd ever seen, but his eyes were strong once more. He smiled and said, you made it, son, then pointed through the glass toward the winter fields outside, where the snow was falling fast. We didn't talk about regrets or all the years gone by, just watched the clouds move over Kansas beneath the fading sky. He squeezed my hand and whispered low, the farm will need your care. And in that simple moment, I knew my future waited there. So I drove through the midnight rain, past every mile of pride and pain, back to the fields where I learned my name, where the wind still sings across the plains. That old windmill keeps turning slow, like the hands of time I used to know. And every lesson that my father gave still stands like steel above the waves. Spring came early that next year, the wheat rose tall and green. Sometimes I still hear his voice carried on the prairie breeze. And when the sunset paints the sky in shades of gold and red, I tip my hat toward Miller Road and thank the man who led. Now I walk those fields at dawn, though the years keep moving on. The windmill turns above the land, like my father's weathered hands. Every season comes and goes, every child eventually knows the richest things we'll ever own are the people who call us home. That old windmill keeps turning slow, and every time I see it blow, I know the roots I almost lost were worth far more than what they cost.
Rode into Cedar Creek at 10:30 with a rusted duffel bag and a past full of sin. The church bell rang through the Alabama air like it still remembered a boy who grew up there. Mama's porch light glowed at the end of the lane. Same white swing, same window pane. I stood in the gravel with my boots in the dust, wondering if this town still had room for us. 10 years gone chasing city neon signs, trading quiet sunsets for overtime. Lost a good woman somewhere along the way. Missed birthdays and Christmas Day. Daddy's old toolbox sat beside the barn, covered in rust but still holding strong. That's when I learned what I'd been running from. A man ain't rich if he's got no one. I'm back to Cedar Creek, back where the river bends, back to the front porch nights and my oldest friends, back where the stars still shine without the city lights, back to the roots I left behind. I thought freedom lived somewhere far away, down endless highways I could never stay. But every road I took led me to see home was waiting back in Cedar Creek for me. Now the wheat fields dance in the evening wind, and the boy I was is alive again. Mama laughs while the coffee brews, talking about all the things I used to do. The scars are there, but they don't define every wrong turn shaped this life of mine. And when the sun drops low beyond the trees, I finally feel a little peace. I'm back to Cedar Creek, back where the river bends, back to the front porch nights and my oldest friends, back where the stars still shine without the city lights, back to the roots I left behind. I thought freedom lived somewhere far away, down endless highways I could never stay. But every road I took led me to see home was waiting back in Cedar Creek for me. The miles don't disappear, they become part of your soul. Every broken mile marker helped me find the road. And the man looking back in that old truck glass ain't the same young fool from the past. I'm back to Cedar Creek, where the church bells ring, where the river keeps telling the same sweet thing, where forgiveness grows like summer rain, washing years of hurt away.
finally where my heart belongs.
Cabin 12 sat at the edge of the lake, up in northern Idaho pines. Just a wooden dock, a tin roof, and a view that could stop time. Every summer since I was a boy, Daddy'd take me there in June. We'd fish till dark and tell old stories beneath the mountain moon. And life got busy like it always does. Jobs, bills, and growing old. Years slip by without noticing, like leaves before the cold. Daddy called every now and then, son, we oughta head up there. I'd always say, maybe next summer, thinking there'd always be one to spare. But the light in cabin 12 still burns inside my mind, like a beacon from the years I lost, calling me back through time. You think forever's waiting on you, till one day it slips away, and all that's left is a porch light shining on the memories that remain. Last October, we buried Daddy under a hill beside the church. And a week later, I found his keys in the pocket of his work shirt. So I drove north through the mountains alone, past rivers running cold and clear. And when I reached that old cabin porch, I had to stop and wipe my tears, 'cause the light in cabin 12 still burns inside my mind, like a beacon from the years I lost, calling me back through time. You think forever's waiting on you, till one day it slips away, and all that's left is a porch light shining on the memories that remain. Inside I found his tackle box, his coffee mug beside the chair, and a note that simply read, glad you made it here. I don't know when he wrote those words, but somehow they found me right on time. Yeah, the light in cabin 12 ain't just glowing by the lake, it's
every chance we get to love before it's gone someday. Now every June I bring my son, and we fish beneath those pines while the evening settles on the water and the stars begin to shine. And when cabin 12 lights up at dusk, I swear Daddy's still there somehow, smiling from that old porch swing, watching over us now.
There's a little place outside of Tulsa where the highway bends toward town. Red neon buzzing in the window, and an old jukebox turned down. I took the last booth on the left side, ordered coffee black and strong. I've been driving since she told me she'd been loving someone else all along. The waitress set the cup before me, said, "Honey, you look beat tonight." I said, "Ma'am, I've had better Fridays." She said, "Yeah, I know that kind." Then she pointed at the jukebox, said, "Pick something that'll hurt." I laughed for the first time since leaving and dropped a quarter in the slot. In the last booth on the left, I watched forever disappear between a cup of truck stop coffee and a song I didn't want to hear. I came in thinking she had taken every good thing I had left, but I found a little piece of myself in the last booth on the left. About 2 a.m. the rain quit falling, truckers paid and headed west. That waitress filled my cup once more, then sat down for a little rest. She said, 20 years ago my husband left me for a girl from out of state. Thought my whole damn life was over. Turns out heartbreak ain't the same as fate. In the last booth on the left, I watched forever disappear between a cup of truck stop coffee and a song I didn't want to hear. I came in thinking she had taken every good thing I had left, but I found a little piece of
last booth on the left. At sunrise I laid $5 on the counter. She pushed $3 back my way. Said coffee's cheap, advice is free, and you've got a long road left today. Then she smiled and flipped the open sign as morning filled the room. And I walked outside, a different man than the one who'd walked in after 2. From the last booth on the left, I watched that Oklahoma sunrise. No wedding ring upon my finger, but there was daylight in my eyes. She can keep the house and memories. I don't need them to know what's next. Sometimes a man finds where he's going when he's got nothing left to protect. Yeah, I lost a woman somewhere near Tulsa, but I found myself in the last booth on the left.
There was a foreclosure sign nailed to the gate, 5 rocky acres just outside Cheyenne. The barn leaned hard to the west wind, and the fences barely stood again. Everybody said, boy, don't buy that place. You'll spend your whole life chasing repairs. But I saw a porch where kids could laugh, and a future hanging in the air. I worked double shifts through the winter months, loaded feed and fixed old rigs. Every paycheck stretched like barbed wire, trying to make enough for little things. My wife planted flowers by the mailbox, though the ground was stubborn clay. She'd smile and say, give it some time, good things grow that way. All we had was 5 acres and a dream, a little faith and a lot of gasoline. More hope than money, more grit than love, and an old red tractor that wouldn't quit. Yeah, life wasn't easy, but it felt right, building something under those Wyoming skies. Sometimes a man gets richer than he seems, with 5 acres and a dream. By year 5, the barn stood straight again. The pasture turned a healthy green. There were bicycles by the front porch steps, and little muddy boots by the screen. One evening I watched the sunset fall, with my daughter sleeping on my knee. And I realized every sacrifice had become exactly what I needed. All we had was 5 acres and a dream, a little faith and a lot of gasoline. More hope than money, more grit than
richer than he seems, with 5 acres and a dream. The world keeps telling you bigger is better, more land, more money, more things to own. But peace don't care about square footage. Sometimes it lives where love has grown. Yeah, we started with 5 acres and a dream. Now every board and field means something to me. Every scar on my hands, every long hard day helped build this life brick by brick. And when the stars come out above the plains and the porch light glows soft and clean, I thank the Lord for everything He gave me through 5 acres and a dream. Yeah, the best things I ever held in my hands were never things at all. Every Friday after work, I'd stop at Miller's grocery store. There was an old man at register 3 who'd been there 30 years or more. Same blue vest, same crooked smile, always called me young man still. Even after my beard turned gray, he never lost that simple gift. He knew every kid by first name and every widow in the county. One December just before Christmas, a young mama stood in line. Milk, diapers, bread, and medicine. Her card got declined 3 times. She whispered, "Put the toys back." Her little boy just looked away before anybody said a word. That old cashier reached beneath the counter, pulled out an envelope, and quietly paid the whole bill. He said, "Christmas ain't something you buy, it's something you become." The whole store fell silent, except that little boy crying as he hugged his mama tight. Some people preach kindness, some people clock in and live it. The following Monday morning, register 3 stood empty. A little handwritten sign read, "Frank retired yesterday. Thank you for 31 wonderful years." That's when we all realized nobody had ever asked who had been filling that envelope every December. 3 weeks later, the new cashier found another envelope. Inside was $500 and one short note. "If somebody needs this, don't ask their name." Signed, Frank. Now every Christmas there's still an envelope under register 3. Nobody knows who puts money in it anymore, because the people Frank helped started helping too. Funny how generosity works. It never really ends. It just changes hands.
I was 3 hours west of Denver, running late through Colorado rain. Had a Monday morning waiting, and a head full of things I couldn't change. Then my phone lit up beside me, your name glowing on the screen. You said, if you still mean what you told me, don't let tonight be another maybe. I watched the signal lose another bar, pulled off near an old two-lane. You were leaving for Seattle on the 7:10 morning plane. I spent 6 months saying someday, putting work ahead of us. Then the mountains killed the signal, and one bar had to be enough. I had one bar left and one shot, one night to give you everything I got. One full tank and a heart wide awake, 150 miles and no more mistakes. I ain't losing you to another sunrise, ain't letting almost be the rest of my life. If that one bar dies, I'll still be coming through, 'cause I finally know what matters, and baby, it's you. I hit your street at 2:13, your suitcase sitting by the door. You stepped outside in that gray sweatshirt, didn't smile like before. I didn't bring flowers or some big speech, just the truth I've been scared to say. I've been building a life for both of us while pushing you away. I had one bar left and one shot, one night to give you everything I got. One full tank and a heart wide awake, 150 miles and no more mistakes. I ain't losing you to another sunrise, ain't letting almost be the rest of my life. If that one bar dies, I'll still be coming through, 'cause I finally know what matters, and baby, it's you. You look down at that suitcase, then back into my eyes, said love ain't showing up at 2 a.m., it's showing up the rest of the time. That one hit hard, so I handed you my keys, said then drive. We had one bar left and one road, two scared hearts with nowhere else to go. Your suitcase riding in the back, Denver disappearing in the glass. Maybe love ain't some perfect line, maybe it's choosing each other every time. And when the mountains took that last bar from view, I didn't need a signal anymore, I had you. Yeah, sometimes one bar left is enough to change your whole life. There's a forgotten mining town tucked deep in Colorado hills, where the railway quit running and the clocks all learned to stand still. Most folks packed their lives in boxes when the silver dried away, but old Walter Green stayed behind and watched the years decay. Every evening at sundown he'd walk the empty street, past the boarded up hotel and the church without a priest. And he'd climb the ridge above town where the cold winds always blew, and light a lantern by the tracks like he'd done his whole life through. The story went that 40 years ago his young son disappeared on a snowstorm night in January, the worst they'd seen in years. The boy had left to catch a train and never made it there. Nobody found no final words, just questions in the mountain air. People call it foolish hope, a wound that wouldn't heal, but Walter never missed a night, no matter how he'd feel. Through blizzards, floods, and summer heat, through every passing year, the lantern kept on burning bright for someone who might appear. And the last lantern in Black Creek still shines where the old rails meet, like a promise made that never broke, like a prayer rising through the smoke. When the whole world says let go, some hearts refuse to lose their hope. So the last lantern in Black Creek burns for the one who never came home. Then one October evening, when the aspens turned to gold, a stranger stepped off a freight train looking tired, gray and old. He stood beneath that lantern light with tears upon his face and stared toward the silent town like he recognized the place. Walter heard the footsteps coming down the gravel road. At first he thought the mountain wind was playing tricks again, but when the stranger softly said, "Dad, it's finally me," 40 years of sorrow broke like rain into the sea. And the last lantern in Black Creek still shines where the old rails meet, like a promise made that never broke, like a prayer rising through the smoke. When the whole world says let go, some hearts refuse to lose their hope. And the last lantern in Black Creek burned long enough to bring him home. No one ever learned the whole story, where the years had taken him away. Some mysteries belong to heaven, and some are better left that way. But every soul in that old town still talks about that autumn night, when hope outlived the hands of time and faith outshined the dark. Now the lantern's gone from Black Creek, the tracks lie quiet in their sleep, but the
legend travels mountain winds through every valley, ridge and stream, that sometimes love keeps waiting long after reason says it's done. And sometimes one small light can guide a lost heart safely home. Yes, sometimes one small light can guide a lost heart safely home.
I was 8 years old that winter, standing in Johnson's general store, staring at a baseball glove hanging by the front door. Mama counted every dollar, said maybe next paycheck, son. I smiled like I understood, but I knew there wasn't one. As we turned to leave that morning, an old man tipped his hat to me, slipped something in my little hand and said, "Don't lose your dreams." It wasn't much, just a silver dollar, smooth from passing hand to hand. He said, "Keep this in your pocket till you become the kind of man who sees another little boy looking through a store window. Then you'll know exactly where this old coin ought to go." He walked outside into the snowfall. I never learned his name. That coin in my pocket bought a whole lot more than things. It bought a promise to tomorrow, passed from stranger down to me. Sometimes the richest people never own a mansion at all. Sometimes all they leave behind is one old silver dollar. 40 years rolled by like freight trains. Now my hair is turning gray. One December, just before Christmas, I saw a little boy that way, looking through the sporting goods store at a brand new catcher's mitt. His mama pulled him gently back, said, "Not this year, sweetheart." I reached inside my jacket pocket. That old coin was still there. I knelt beside him with a smile, placed it softly in his hand. He looked up and asked, "Mister, what's this for?" I heard myself say the very words, "Don't lose your dreams." Now that coin's in somebody else's pocket, just like it was meant to be. A little smaller in my world, a whole lot bigger in his dreams. Maybe someday he'll pass it onward to another kid somewhere. And long after all our names are forgotten, that old silver dollar will still be changing lives. pulled off Highway 287 just after dark, dust still hanging in the Texas air. 2 weeks early from a drilling job, thinking I'd surprise her there. Had roses on the passenger seat, a diamond necklace wrapped in blue. Spent 14 days counting down the hours, dreaming of getting back to you. And I saw her Silverado parked beside a truck I didn't know. Underneath the porch light glowing like a warning I should have seen before. The screen door slammed, I heard her laugh, the same one that used to stop my heart. But that night it sounded different, like somebody tearing me apart. Her Silverado in his driveway, that picture's burned into my mind. One look was all it took to know she left our forever behind. I gave her my trust, my name, my plans, every dream I was holding tight. Now all that's left are taillights fading into the middle of the night. She tried to talk when she saw me standing there, tears already in her eyes. Said it wasn't supposed to happen, like that could make it right. I dropped the roses in the gravel, set that little blue box down, then climbed back in my old F-150 and drove without a sound. Her Silverado in his driveway, that picture's burned into my mind. One look was all it took to know she left our forever behind. I gave her my trust, my name, my plans, every dream I was holding tight. Now all that's left are taillights fading into the middle of the night. 3 months later I sold the house, moved west toward New Mexico. Some scars don't heal all at once, some wounds leave lessons in your soul. I learned that love ain't measured by the promises people make, it's what they're still protecting when nobody's awake. Yeah, her Silverado in his driveway still crosses my mind sometimes, but it don't break me like it used to. It just reminds me of that night, 'cause losing her taught me something about the man I wanna be. You can't build a future with someone who's already halfway gone to leave. So I let the memory
roll away like dust across the Texas sky, and left her Silverado in his driveway, back where it belongs tonight.
I saw her standing by the gas station out on Highway 84. The summer storm was rolling in, thunder shaking the store. She held a cardboard coffee cup, hair dancing in the wind, and something in that moment made the whole world slow again. I offered her a ride to town before the clouds broke loose. She laughed and said, only if you're playing something good with roots. An old country song came through the speakers, crackling low, and somewhere between two verses I forgot where I was going. We spent that Friday driving roads that barely had a name, crossing little county bridges while the sky poured down like rain. She told me about Georgia and the dreams she left behind. I told her how I'd built these walls one heartbreak at a time. The windshield wipers kept the beat as evening settled in, and every mile beside her felt like a place I'd never been. Not because the road was new, but because she made it shine like sunlight breaking through a storm I'd carried for a long time. Now every time the rain comes down, I hear her laughing through this town, like a melody drifting from an old FM. And I fall in love all over again. She turned gray skies into gold somehow, made forever feel like right now. Every drop that hits this roof tonight still whispers her name in the rain outside. 3 years later by the river, where the willow shadows sway, I got down on one knee at sunset as the daylight slipped away. She cried before I asked the question, said yes before I spoke, and the river carried echoes through the Tennessee smoke. Now there's a photograph beside our bed from that summer stormy day. Two young hearts beneath the station sign while the clouds rolled away. Sometimes life arrives so quietly you almost miss the sign. Then one unexpected moment changes everything inside. Now every time the rain comes down, I hear her laughing through this town, like a melody drifting from an old FM. And I fall in love all over again. She turned gray skies into gold somehow, made forever feel like right now. Every drop that hits this roof tonight still whispers her name in the rain outside. People spend their whole life searching for a feeling they can't explain. I found mine on a roadside shoulder in the middle of a summer rain. And when we're old and the years move on, when silver finds her hair, I'll still thank those storm clouds rolling in for leading me right there. So let the rain keep falling down,
Across these fields outside our town, every drop's a memory I can't replace, of the day heaven put her in my way. She turned a passing storm into a lifetime, turned a lonely road into a finish line. And every night when the thunder rolls again, I still hear her name in the rain. Yes, every night when the thunder rolls again, I still hear her name in the rain.
The station clock stopped working years ago, just hangs there crooked in the Tennessee cold. But every Friday night at 9:30, that old freight train still rolls by. I sit on the bench where we carved our names, back when forever sounded easy to say. The paint's all peeling from the depot walls, but some memories never fade at all. You left this town in the summer of '99, chasing California dreams and city lights. I stayed behind with a mechanic's wage, fixing engines while the years turned pages. Folks said I'd forget you after all this time, but they never saw those blue-green eyes, or heard the promises we whispered low as that midnight whistle echoed through the hills. Like the last train through Pine Hollow, you come and go inside my mind, rolling through the dark of memory, leaving old sparks behind. Every whistle sounds like your goodbye, every rail still carries your name. No matter how many years roll by, my heart still waits beside that train. Last October, I got a handwritten note, no return address, just a familiar stroke. It said I'd be passing through next Friday night. If you're there, maybe we'll make things right. I read those words 100 times or more, standing in my garage by the open door, wondering if fate still worked that way, or if some dreams arrive too late. Like the last train through Pine Hollow, you come and go inside my mind,
Headlights cut through the mountain mist. The whistle cried across the ridge. Then I saw you step down from that rail car door, just like the girl I loved before. A little older, a little warm, but smiling like she finally come home. Like the last train through Pine Hollow, you came back through the night, rolling out of all those lost years, and somehow made them right. Now the whistle sounds like hope again, not a ghost I can't outrun. And every Friday that train rolls through, it reminds me love ain't done. Yeah, some hearts keep holding on till the last train finally brings you home.
Morning fog was hanging low on the Blue Ridge line. An old red barn stood crooked where we spent our younger time. I rode through town on Highway 221, past the diner by the courthouse where my story had begun. Mama's porch light faded in my rear view years ago, chasing bigger dreams through cities that never felt like home. I traded mountain sunsets for a skyline made of steel, but every mile I wandered left a wound that wouldn't heal. Worked the night shift winters in the cold Tennessee rain, carried more regrets than dollars, riding freight trains through the pain. Then a letter from my brother showed up worn and stained with age. Said, Dad still leaves your fishing pole beside the river every day. I stopped beside an overlook as daylight slipped away, watched the mountains turn to shadows, and I heard my conscience say, some roads are meant for leaving, some are meant to bring you back. And I finally turned the wheel toward the life I used to have. I'm coming back to the Blue Ridge Hills, to the church bells are ringing and the whippoorwills, to the front porch stories and the river bend where the hard times broke me and the healing began. Every wrong turn led me where I needed to go, through the storm, through the heartache, through the winding roads. Now the mountains call my name like they always will. I'm coming back, I'm coming back to the Blue Ridge Hills. Dad was standing by the mailbox when I pulled into the drive, a little older, a little slower, but the fire was still alive. He didn't say much when he hugged me in the fading evening light. Some things don't need explaining when you've been gone half
live your life. Mama set an extra plate and laughed the way she used to do. The radio's playing old songs drifting through the room. And for the first time in forever, I felt the weight release, like the mountains wrapped around me and handed back my peace. I'm coming back to the Blue Ridge Hills, to the church bells are ringing and the whippoorwills, to the front porch stories and the river bend, where the hard times broke me and the healing began. Every wrong turn led me where I needed to go, through the storm, through the heartache, through the winding roads. Now the mountains call my name, like they always will. I'm coming back, I'm coming back to the Blue Ridge Hills. You can spend your whole life running from the boy you used to be, but the roots beneath your footsteps grow deeper than you see. When the world gets heavy and the highway loses light, home is more than a place, it's the reason you survive. I'm finally back in the Blue Ridge Hills, where the sunrise paints the valleys and the time stands still, with my family beside me and the river rolling slow. There's a kind of peace you'll never find out on your own. Every long road brought me to this front porch view, to the memories I left and the dreams that came true. Now these mountains hold my heart like they always will. I'm finally home, I'm finally home in the Blue Ridge Hills.
There was a gym down in Amarillo with paper stars taped to the walls. The senior prom was Friday night. I still remember every song. You stood there in a blue dress, laughing with your friends by the door. I had your name written in my pocket, but I never crossed that floor. By Monday you were gone to Austin. College dreams in city lights. I stayed back working on my daddy's ranch, trading books for barbed wire. Years rolled by like tumbleweeds. Marriage came and slipped away, but every spring I'd hear our old song and drift back to that gymnasium, to the dance we never had, the kiss I never stole, the words I kept inside my chest, till they turned to dust and smoke.
is the one nobody hears. Last October at the county fair, I saw those blue eyes once again. A little older, a little wiser, but I'd know that smile anywhere. You laughed and said I waited that night. Thought maybe you'd ask me first. I smiled and shook my head, thinking that almost hurt worse. To the dance we never had, the kiss I never stole, the words I kept inside my chest, till they turned to dust and smoke. Funny how one silent moment can follow you for years. Sometimes the loudest heartbreak is the one nobody hears. Then the band started playing softly, an old country waltz we both knew. You reached your hand across the table and whispered we still could, if you want to. So we danced the dance we never had, 40 years behind its time, gray in our hairlines on our faces, but your hand still fit in mine. The crowd disappeared around us like the world had slipped away. Turns out forever sometimes waits for hearts that never changed. And somewhere that shy young cowboy smiled, 'cause he finally crossed the floor.
Every morning around 6:15, just off exit 22, there was an old brown hound watching every car roll through. Folks at Annie's truck stop left him biscuits now and then, but every sunrise he'd walk back to the shoulder once again. Nobody knew his story, only that he never missed a day. Old Earl who pumped the diesel said he used to have a man, a trucker named Joe Matthews, best driver in this land. One icy night 5 winters back, a jackknife stole Joe's life. The company hauled the truck away.
but nobody took the dog. He just kept waiting. Every day at exit 22, he searched the headlights passing through. Every diesel engine made him stand, thinking, maybe that's my man. Some hearts don't know goodbye, they only know they're supposed to stay. That's the kind of love a dog gives away. One cold November afternoon, the snow began to fall. That old hound didn't leave his spot, not even once at all. So I walked across the shoulder, sat beside him in the white. He leaned against my Carhartt coat, like we'd been friends our whole lives. I whispered, he's not coming back. He looked up, like maybe he already knew. The next morning, his place was empty. No paw prints, no bark, just a worn leather collar lying beside the guardrail, covered by fresh snow. Now every time I pass exit 22, I still slow down out of habit. They built a little wooden sign there. It simply says, Joe's friend. No dates, no story, doesn't need one, because everyone around here already knows. Sometimes the purest love never speaks a single word.
There's a pair of worn-out cowboy boots still sitting by the back screen door, covered in dust from 1,000 mornings, like they're waiting to walk once more. They cross the fields of western Kansas, through drought and rain and harvest time, and every scuff upon that leather marks a chapter of a life. My older brother wore those boots the first day he took over the farm, when Daddy's shoulders couldn't carry all the weight of keeping us strong. He gave up college, gave up freedom, stayed behind when he could have gone, while the rest of us chased our futures. He kept this family moving on. Those boots by the door tell a story of sacrifices nobody sees, of early mornings, broken fences, and hands worn down by duty. Yeah, heroes don't always wear medals. Sometimes they wear dust and dreams, leave behind a trail of footprints for the rest of us to follow clean. Last spring we laid him in the churchyard, beneath the cottonwood on the hill. The whole town showed up that Sunday, and somehow the world stood still. Mama cried into my shoulder as the church bell softly rang, and all I could think about was how much one quiet man had changed. Those boots by the door tell a story of sacrifices nobody sees, of early mornings, broken fences, and hands worn down by duty. Yeah, heroes don't always wear medals. Sometimes they wear dust and dreams, and leave behind a trail of footprints for the rest of us to follow clean. Last week my nephew slipped them on, though they're still 3 sizes too large. He smiled and said, "One day I'll wear these." And I felt something in my heart. Yeah, those boots by the door keep speaking, though the man who wore them's gone. Through every lesson, every memory, his spirit keeps living on. And when that boy grows into them, like his father did before, a new chapter will begin again, with those boots by the door. Yeah, some legacies aren't written in stone. They're waiting by the door at home. Main Street, Tennessee, late July heat. I was fixing up a Chevy across from Maple Street when I looked up from the engine and caught a glimpse inside a little bridal shop with lace hanging in the light. There she stood by the window with a tape measure in hand,
pinning up a wedding gown, humming with the radio band. A strand of hair kept falling, she kept brushing it away, and somehow that simple moment stole my breath that day. For weeks I'd find excuses just to walk that side of town. Need a coffee, need some nails, anything to come around. She'd wave through the glass and smile every time we met, the kind that makes a man believe in things he ain't believed in yet. And then one Friday after closing, as the sun was sinking low, I finally crossed the street instead of letting another chance go. We talked until the courthouse clock struck 10:30, and before I drove away, I knew I'd see her again. She was the dress in the window, the answer I never knew I needed, like a light shining soft through the evening glow. When my heart had nearly quit believing, she didn't crash into my life like a storm rolling through. She came slow like a summer sunset, painting everything new. And every road I traveled led me somehow to the dress in the window and the girl I fell into. 3 years later on a Sunday, church bells filled the air. The whole town gathered smiling as she walked down the aisle there. And hanging in the front display, where I first saw her stand, was the very dress she'd stitched herself with her own two hands. I watched her coming toward me through the tears in her eyes, and every prayer I'd whispered finally fell to life. Funny how forever started with a glance across the street and a man too shy to walk over and speak. She was the dress in the window, the answer I never knew I needed, like a light shining soft through the evening glow. When my heart had nearly quit believing, she didn't crash into my life like a storm rolling through. She came slow like a summer sunset, painting everything new. And every road I traveled led me somehow to the dress in the window and the girl I fell into. Now there's a little girl sleeping upstairs tonight, with her mama's green eyes and her smile so bright. And sometimes when I lock up the garage after dark, I still look across Main Street and thank God where it all started. Yeah, she was the dress in the window, a simple moment nobody else would have seen. But some of the greatest love stories begin in places ordinary as can be. Now that old shop still glows every evening downtown, and every time her laughter drifts around, I'm reminded that forever sometimes starts with a view of a dress in the window and a dream coming true.
was a man in Amarillo everybody knew by sight, riding an old green bicycle from morning until night. No fancy truck, no business sign, no ads in any paper, just a paint-stained denim jacket and a pocket full of brushes. He'd stop at farms and trailer parks, little houses off the road, painting names on rusty mailboxes where the prairie grasses grow. $10 if you had it, free if times were running tight, and somehow every mailbox looked brand new in the evening light. Nobody knew much about him except his name was Ray. He never talked about the past or where he'd come from anyway. But every Sunday after church, he'd sit beneath the cottonwoods, sketching barns and windmills like nobody else could. Then one spring a tornado tore through Carson County hard, ripped roofs off homes and scattered lives across 100 yards. Families lost photographs, letters, keepsakes from the years, the kind of things that can't be fixed with lumber, nails, and tears. That's when the man who painted mailboxes picked up more than paint and steel. He started painting memories for folks trying to heal. Oh, wedding days and harvest moons, Grandpa standing by the fields, and every brushstroke seemed to say some things survive if they're remembered still. For months he worked inside the church from sunrise until dark, turning faded snapshots into pieces of the heart. One by one the townsfolk came to see what he could do, and every painting brought back pieces of the lives they once knew. Then a reporter from Dallas came asking for his name, said the whole state's talking about these beautiful works he'd made. Ray just smiled and shook his head, said the story ain't about me, it's about helping people hold on to what they thought they'd never see. Yeah, the man who painted mailboxes picked up more than paint and steel. He started painting memories for folks trying to heal. Oh, wedding days and harvest moons, grandmas dancing in the fields, and every brushstroke seemed to say some things survive if they're remembered still. When autumn came, he disappeared just as quietly as he'd arrived, left no address, no forwarding trail, just colors that were left behind. But in the church hall hangs a sign written by a child one day: thank you for bringing back our stories, and nobody ever took it away. Now every mailbox down those roads still shines beneath the Texas sky, but what folks talk about these days ain't the names he painted on the side. It's how one stranger showed a town that healing takes more than time, and sometimes the richest people in the world leave everything behind. Yeah, sometimes the richest people in the world leave everything behind. I was cleaning out my old billfold, looking for a fishing license card, when a faded grocery receipt slipped out on the garage floor. June 18th, 2004, milk, coffee, eggs, and bread. At the bottom in your handwriting, don't forget I love you. I'd carried it for 22 years without even knowing. You wrote it while I loaded groceries, smiling like you always did. Said one day you'll find this little note, then laughed before you kissed me. 3 months later came the phone call. A drunk driver crossed the line. Some days still feel frozen somewhere back in that July. That receipt in my wallet turned out to be a love letter. Not expensive, not fancy, just 6 little words that outlived everything else. Funny how forever can fit on a piece of paper most folks would have thrown away. Our daughter turns 25 this Sunday. She's got your laugh, your stubborn heart, and somehow your handwriting too. I showed her that old receipt. She smiled through tears and said, Mom knew you'd keep it, even if you didn't know you had. Yesterday she surprised me at the grocery store. When I got home, I opened the bag of coffee. Inside was another receipt. At the bottom it said, don't forget, we love you. Now there's 2 receipts in my wallet, 22 years apart. One from the woman who taught me how to love, one from the daughter who taught me love never really leaves. It just finds a new handwriting. Mama always kept an old brown Bible on the table by the rocking chair. Its pages smell like cedar wood and 30 years of whispered prayers. Every Sunday she'd tuck a 20
between the Psalms and John. I'd ask her why she never spent it. She'd just smile and carry on. She'd say, son, this ain't emergency money. It's for someone hurting more than me. You'll know the day it's meant to leave, when the Lord lets your heart see. Back then I thought she was just talking, like parents sometimes do. I never guessed those simple words would one day pull me through. That $20 bill in my Bible was never really about the cash. It was faith folded between the pages, waiting for the right path. You don't measure wealth by what you're holding, or the numbers in your hand. Sometimes the richest thing you'll ever own is the chance to help someone else stand. Mama passed one cold November. Leaves were falling through the yard. While packing up her little farmhouse, I found that Bible where it was. The 20 was still tucked inside it, soft from years of patient grace, just waiting on the next chapter in somebody else's day. Driving home through pouring rain, I saw a young man on the shoulder holding a cardboard sign that read, "Need gas to get my daughter home." I reached into that old Bible and finally understood. That $20 bill in my Bible bought more than gasoline. It bought a little girl one safe ride home, and tears nobody'd seen. Now every Sunday there's another one tucked between those worn out pages, 'cause some inherit land or money. I inherited amazing grace. Yeah, Mama never spent that 20. She spent a lifetime teaching